Greetings to all my 10 grade children. Hope you're all fine. Glad to meet you again in this e-learning platform. I welcome you all to this Unit 5 supplementary written by Jules Verne, A Day in 2889 of an American journalist. This story is a remarkable one, and here you can see it says about the lifestyle of people in the year 2889, and here you can see the advancement in technology, how technology has grown and how human beings are adapted to that technology, how their lifestyle has changed and all the things in the technological field. Let's see the story. Here the main character is Francis Bennett, who is the managing editor of the Earth Herald, and his wife Mrs. Bennett. And you can see few other workers who were working or the colleagues of Francis Bennett. Now Francis Bennett is a managing editor of the newspaper called Earth Herald, which is the world's largest newspaper. Now in this futuristic story, the writer Jules Verne is describing how the world 1,000 years later is being technologically advanced. Okay, and here newspapers are not printed like today, but they are spoken in the sense they'll be called through the telephone, they'll be informed through the telephone to the subscribers. Okay, so now let's see. The story starts like this. That was a morning. Francis Bennett, he woke up in a bad temper, and almost 8 days it was. His wife has gone to France and he's feeling a little bit lonely. As soon as he get up to speak with her, he's switching on the phono-telephote. You can see in the picture phono-telephote, and he's using that phono-telephote for both for video calling and for audio calling. Okay. Indeed, it's a great amazing thing that we are using that video calling technology in the current era. Don't you see that? Yes, we all are using it in our daily life. Yes. Next thing is, and as this man is going to get ready, after talking with his wife, he's going to get ready. He has some like a robo-like thing. This robo-like thing is a mechanized dressing room. In 2 minutes, what is happening is the complete machine is depositing his, that is removing his clothes, washing him, shaving him, dressing him, buttoning him from top to toe, everything. So nothing he has to do, everything, whatever command he is giving to that mechanized dress room, the robot is completely doing everything for him. And after this, he's going into the reporter's room. Okay, reporter's room is at the end of the array. You can see it in the picture, and there almost 1,500 reporters are placed before an equal number of telephones, where they are passing on to the subscribers the news that have come from the 4 quarters of the earth, and he is getting all the report from the commutators. Okay, so he is able to communicate everything through this telephotic line. So after this, all the astronomical reporters, almost 10 reporters are there, and they were giving all the discovery from the stellar world. Stellar world is from the space. Okay, from the space, and all those details, all the data are got through photo telegrams from Mercury, Venus and Mars, everything, and even Jupiter also. Okay, so they are collecting all the interesting data and facts and everything with all the photos and all the data. Okay, whatever data they need and everything they are collecting through photo telegrams. So you can see this managing director, these reporters, these scientists, all are very busy and busy with discovering all the details from the other planets and everything. So the whole story is especially about the technologies. And the next thing is, what they are doing is, they are even going to sell, what they are going to do is, they are talking about a new planet. Okay, they have discovered a new planet called Gandhini, and they are talking about the distance, its orbit, everything, the days, hours, minutes, everything they are talking about. And the next thing, they are moving to the broad gallery. That is, Francis is moving to a broad gallery, which is about 1/4 of a mile long. it's everything in the same place only. Okay, so from there he is going to that place, and daily about they are almost getting $3 million, an average of $3 million they are getting as a salary for this newspaper. Because this gallery is really a remarkable one, where you can see gigantic signs reflecting on the clouds so large, that is a large amount of mass of people from all over the country can view from everywhere. Okay, from that gallery 1,000 projectors were unceasingly, without stoppingly, they are sending without stopping, they are sending to the clouds all the data and all the news and everything they can. Even advertisements also were able to view from this arena. Okay, so that's one thing. As soon as this incident is happening, the clock struck 12, and as soon as this Francis Bennett sat on a rolling armchair, in few minutes he reached his dining room. So there is a system. You no need to walk also. He can just sit on an armchair and he can just move from here to another place. His dining room is just half a mile away at the far end of his office. Now he reached his table. He took his place and he sat on the table, sat near the table. But before his reach, there was a series of taps before him, like a curved surface of a phono-telephote. Okay, you can see it in the picture, which really appeared in the dining room of his home in Paris. So what they have to do is, they have no need to cook or anything. Whatever they have to get the food, all the food will be sent through this pneumatic tubes. Okay, so these foods were sent from the Society for Supplying Food to the Home, which distributes all the dishes of 1,000 types, whichever you want, through these pneumatic tubes. And this was really expensive, but better than cooking. That is, you no need to spend your time for cooking. As soon as you reach your table, everything will be served, or everything will reach your table through these pneumatic tubes. So like this, again he is talking with Mrs. Bennett through phono-telephote. It was really a good experience, because even though he is sitting in solitude, through phono-telephote, as he could visualize his wife, he is able to feel like they are sitting together and eating in the same place, like that. Okay, after this, when he finished his lunch, he went across to the window where his aero car was waiting. Okay, aero car. When you hear the word itself, you can understand the term itself shows that aero car, in the sense it's not going to move on the roads or the railway tracks or like ships or like this. It is a car especially made or specially mechanized for the aerial traveling. Okay, you can see it very clearly in the picture. So many aero cars are being flying here and there will be a aero coachman specially for this. We used to have drivers here for the car, but here for the aero car they have aero coachman. So Francis Bennett gives some instruction to the coachman to reach Niagara at particular time. But this aero car is shooting in such a speed across the space of about 400 miles an hour. So he could even very quickly, in few minutes, he could reach a long distance. He can cover long distance, and there is no traffic jam, everything. So within half an hour, Francis Bennett was able to reach Niagara, and he was able to complete his work there. And then he returned by the way of Philadelphia, Boston, New York, like this. He's going on to complete his work. Francis Bennett reached his waiting room of the Earth Herald around 5 o'clock, and there a discovery was being introduced. That is, they have discovered something and it was going to be introduced. That is, a person in his team, what he is saying is, he is able to create all forms of matter like stone, wood, metal, fibrin, so on. So as soon as he said introduce the creation, Francis Bennett questioned him, even you can create human being? And that person is saying, yes, completely, I can really create a human being also. The only thing will be missing is the soul. Only the soul will not be there. Like this, another inventor, okay, the second inventor came, and he is giving an idea that he is going to move a whole city in a single block. Like he can arrange everything or rearrange the city, move a complete city or a town from the sea, near to the sea, from the seashore to another place, and he could transform it into a seaside resort. Like there's so much of project they were discussing about. So it was really a very easy thing. Like technology has advanced, so it was found to be very easy for the people of that time. Francis, after completing all his work, when he went back to his room, he again spoke with Edith, that is his Mrs. Francis, and he was asking her as when she's going to start from there, and he's questioning through by tube or aerotrain, and she answers by at this moment she's going to start, and she'll be coming by tube. So it is a very astonishing thing that these tubes are submarine tubes by which one travels from Paris in 295 minutes. Okay, so very quick they are, and they are really much preferable to the aero trains. Already we heard about aero car, now aero trains also they are talking about. So much better than the aero trains, they are preferring the submarine tubes. So it will be very quick than aero trains. And Francis Bennett, who was very tired after all a heavy work, had a hectic day. Okay, he want to take a bath, and before going for the bath, he just switch on a button, and there goes rumbling sound. It's a great rumbling sound which is get increasing. Suddenly one of the doors will be open and his bath will be appearing. It will be, everything will be ready, and he will be getting inside to take his bath. So this is the lifestyle of the people, those who are going to be 1,000 years later. Here Jules Verne shows himself as a prophet or a predictor of technology. Actually, until his death, actually these things were not invented. He was in the time period of 1828, that is 1828 to 1905. In that time period, there was no such technologies like what we have even now. Okay, even the computers, everything, nothing was there. But still, Jules Verne was really a kind of a prophet, and he was able to predict such things which is going to be happening 1,000 years later. So such a great person he is, and his writing is really astonishing and remarkable one for us. It's really, I hope you all have enjoyed this technology filled supplementary, and how the human were living their lifestyle, that is their easygoing lifestyle, very quick and very advanced. In a very short time they are able to do lot many things. Hope you are enjoying this supplementary. Go through the supplementary. Meet you in the next class. Till then, take care.